The shadows of Analipo, the covenant of innocence. As Matthias grew, strange occurrences began to unfold. At the age of 5, while playing alone in his room, 2 airy beings appeared to him, introducing themselves as his friends. They were actually mysterious-looking dwarfs. "Hello, Matthias," one of the beings said, his voice like a whisper in the wind. "We've come to play with you." "Who are you?" Matthias asked, his eyes wide with curiosity. "We are your friends," the other being replied, smiling. "We brought you some toys." They brought him toys and played with him, but warned him to never tell anyone about their visits. "You mustn't tell anyone about us," the first being warned. "If you do, we will have to leave, and you wouldn't want that, would you?" In the serene village of Anelipo, settled within the lush landscapes of Idoma land in Nigeria, lived Abu and Miriam Ada. Their marriage, though built on love and mutual respect, was marred by the anguish of childlessness. For 5 long years, they sought remedies, herbal treatments, prayers, and visits to various herbal doctors, yet their arms remained empty. "Abu, I don't know if I can bear this pain any longer," Miriam whispered, her voice trembling as she laid beside her husband in the stillness of night. "Hold on, Miriam," Abu replied, his voice thick with emotion. "We must keep our faith. The gods will hear our prayers." Their hope was rewarded when, after years of waiting, Miriam announced the long-awaited news. "Abu, I'm with child." She cried, tears of joy streaming down her face. Abu embraced her, his heart swelling with gratitude. "Our prayers have been answered, Miriam. We will finally have a family." But one blessed day, their prayers were answered, and Miriam bore a son, whom they named Matthias. Joy filled their home as Matthias brought life and laughter into their world. However, when Matthias turned 1, he fell gravely ill. They rushed him to the local hospital, but as his condition worsened, they were referred to the university teaching hospital in the city. Despite the best efforts of the doctors, Matthias's condition showed no sign of improvement. "Doctor, please," Miriam pleaded, her voice cracking. "He's our only child. You must do something." The doctor sighed, looking at the worried parents. "We are doing everything we can, but his condition is beyond our facilities here. We will transfer him to the university teaching hospital." Desperate and fearing the worst, Abu's aunt, a woman steeped in traditional practices, suggested they visit a powerful sorcerer in the neighboring village. "Abu, the doctors can't help him," his aunt insisted, "but I know someone who can. He is a powerful sorcerer, and he has healed many children." Out of desperation, they agreed. The sorcerer performed mysterious rituals, demanding that they bring items for his sacrifice. He also insisted that Matthias's hair be shaved and kept in the shrine for 7 days. "Bring me a white goat, 7 kola nuts, and a bottle of palm oil," the sorcerer commanded, his eyes glistening with an otherworldly light. "And I must shave the boy's head. his hair will remain here in the shrine for 7 days. Is this truly necessary? Miriam asked, her heart heavy with doubt. Do you want your son to live? The sorcerer snapped. Shortly after the rituals, Matthias began to recover, much to the relief of his parents. Look, Abu, he's getting better, Miriam exclaimed, her voice filled with hope. Unknown to Abu and Miriam, the ritual had unknowingly bound Matthias to malevolent forces. Years passed, and though they longed for more children, the wish remained unfulfilled. As Matthias grew, strange occurrences began to unfold. At the age of 5, while playing alone in his room, 2 airy beings appeared to him, introducing themselves as his friends. They were actually mysterious-looking dwarfs. Hello, Matthias, one of the beings said, his voice like a whisper in the wind. We've come to play with you. Who are you? Matthias asked, his eyes filled with curiosity. We're your friends, the other being replied, smiling. We brought you some toys. They brought him toys and played with him, but warned him never to tell anyone about their visits. You mustn't tell anyone about us, the first being warned. If you do, we will have to leave, and you wouldn't want that, would you? No, I won't tell, Matthias promised, clutching the toys they had given him. Each night, the beings returned, and Matthias became more introverted, drawn to the world of his mysterious friends. His parents, once concerned about the voices they heard, eventually stopped checking, dismissing them as mere child's play. Matthias, who were you talking to? Miriam asked one evening after hearing the voices from his room. No one, Mama, Matthias replied quickly, glancing nervously at the empty space where the beings had been moments before. These nightly encounters forged a deep bond between Matthias and the spirits. They gifted him with toys, food, and eventually supernatural abilities, such as foreseeing the future, the power to command the rain to fall, and also to stop it. He could invoke fire and harm anyone at will, as he pleased, others at will. At 17, after completing his secondary school education, Matthias moved to Makurdi to live with his uncle, Reverend Father Jude, while he prepared for university. Father Jude, a devout Catholic priest, immediately sensed something was amiss with his nephew. Matthias, there's something troubling you, Father Jude observed one evening. Would you like to talk about it? No, uncle, Matthias replied, avoiding his uncle's piercing gaze. I'm fine. Father Jude gently urged Matthias to be baptized, but Matthias hesitated, reluctant to sever the ties with his spiritual companions. Matthias, I think it's time you were baptized, Father Jude suggested one day. It is an important step in your faith. Maybe later, uncle, Matthias replied, his voice distant. I am not ready yet. For a year, Matthias maintained his secret relationship with the spirits, who grew more demanding and sinister. One night, he told them he wanted more powers, and he demanded to have the power over the whole earth. For this, they demanded that he makes a human sacrifice, promising him the power over the earth in return. You need to make a sacrifice, the first spirit said. Its tone deadly serious, a close family member. But my parents, Matthias stammered, horrified at the thought. No, not them, the second spirit reassured him. But your uncle, he would be a fitting offering. Matthias, unable to bring himself to harm his parents, chose Father Jude as the target. Plans were set in motion. On a fateful morning, Father Jude embarked on a journey to Otubu for a retreat. Goodbye, Uncle, Matthias said, forcing a smile. Thank you, Matthias, Father Jude replied, smiling warmly. I'll see you when I return. Matthias, with a heavy heart, but resolute in his decision, bade his uncle farewell, knowing the spirits would cause his uncle's death. As Father Jude neared Utubu, the brakes of his car suddenly failed. The vehicle careened towards a ditch, but before disaster struck, an angelic figure with a flaming sword appeared, lifting him out of the car to safety. The spirits, expecting the accident to occur 10 minutes later, were thwarted and furious. When Father Jude returned home, he confronted Matthias, revealing that he knew of the sinister plot. Matthias, I know what you tried to do, Father Jude said, his voice firm but compassionate. You must stop this now, before it consumes you completely. Terrified and filled with guilt, Matthias confessed to his uncle and sought refuge. Uncle, I'm so sorry, Matthias sobbed, collapsing at Father Jude's feet. I didn't want to hurt you. I didn't know what else to do. Father Jude, understanding the gravity of the situation, took Matthias under his wing. It's not too late, Matthias, Father Jude said, helping him to his feet. We can break this curse, but you must trust in God and let go of these dark powers. He baptized him and conducted a powerful deliverance session, breaking the bond between Matthias and the malevolent forces that had controlled his life. As the final prayers were said, Matthias felt a heavy weight lift from his soul. The spirits, once his constant companions, were gone, banished forever. Thank you, Uncle, Matthias said, tears of relief streaming down his face. I feel free. Father Jude smiled, placing a hand on Matthias' shoulder. You are free, my son, but remember, true power comes from the light, not the darkness. You must walk in that light from now on. The lessons from this story are the danger of desperation. Desperation can lead people to make dangerous decisions, such as turning to dark practices that have long-term unforeseen consequences. Spiritual awareness. Not all supernatural interventions are benevolent. It is crucial to discern the source of any spiritual experience and to seek guidance rooted in goodness and light. The power of redemption. No matter how far one has strayed, there is always a path to redemption. Matthias' story shows that seeking forgiveness and turning towards good can break even the strongest of dark bonds. The importance of family and faith. Father Jude's unwavering faith and love for his nephew were key to Matthias's salvation. The support of a loving family can be a lifeline, even in the darkest of times. Thank you very much for listening. Please share your thoughts in the comment section. If you've enjoyed this story, I'm sure you will enjoy the next one. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next video.